Okay, so I'll start now because it's already 10:35. So good morning, everyone. My name is Zuka. Dekat Instagram, you can find me as Zuka the Explorer. And today, actually, I will be your host for the day. Yes, good morning. Okay, so today, Glamomix, we usually make cooking shows on Sunday mornings, 10:30 a.m. And every week we change our theme. So today's theme is actually seafood, like seafood galore. All right. So I have a slide here. I want to share with you my slide. Yeah. Hi, morning. I think I pressed this. Oh, what if I tutup? Can you guys see my slide?
Boleh?
Okay, so as mentioned just now, our theme is seafood lah. So we have 3 chefs today. Yana is joining us for the first time, but I believe she will do great. She will be making stir-fried whole fish. And then we also have Elashny. Elashny is going to make like a great crab masala. So yes, you can also put crab into your Thermomix, okay? And then we also have Jaya. Jaya loves to cook, that's her Instagram name, and she will be making Heong prawn. So when you're making Heong, you know that you need very high heat. You're using Thermomix. You can also access a mode called high temperature mode to cook dishes like Heong. Okay. Assalamualaikum, waalaikumsalam. All right. So next on my slide is I wanted to share about my life before Thermomix. So I joined Thermomix last year around May. I am a working mom. I have a daughter, she's 5 years old. So, you know, I have to work 8 to 5, and then after work, I still have to cook because I don't believe in buying takeouts all the time. It's very expensive. Okay. I'm also someone who, I know how to cook, but it's like the same thing over and over again. So, yelah, bila benda yang sama je, we get bored kan. And then I do have appliances, not a lot. I ada mixer, I ada blender, tapi these kind of appliances, I letak dekat bawah kabinet. Lepas tu, there's a lot of stuff in front of it, so nak keluarkan tu is a bit payah lah. You get a bit motivated bila you nak keluarkan blender, lepas tu nak kena cuci, and then you kena letak balik. After 1 or 2 times, you're like, tak apalah, tak payah blend, I'll just buy something. But if you buy something, it's also a bit costly kan? So that's about the tons of appliance that we have, but it's inconvenient. All right. Yeah. Bila you masak pun, you have a lot of dishes to wash. My what do you call my sink? They're quite small. Pots and pans are quite big. Kadang I have to go 2-3 rounds to wash my dishes. I live in condo, by the way. So cuci sekali, lepas tu letak tepi. Lepas tu cuci another round, and then I have to letak pula nak keringkan pula tak ada tempat. So when it comes to house, also space is also value kan. So we want our kitchen to be spacious and a place where it's heavenly for us lah. It's not a chore. Cooking is not a chore anymore. Okay. And then if it comes to like food allergy or intolerance, it's not myself, but I know a few advisors. They have family members which has a lot of specific concerns. Say you want healthy meals like gluten-free meals, or some have children with eczema. So eczema, there's a lot of food triggers involved, macam egg, macam tu. So with Thermomix, actually, you can do filtering. You can filter recipes from cookie dough, and then you get a lot of suggestions of what you can cook. So it's not the same thing over and over again. And you know, it makes you very happy when you can cook a lot of dishes for your family. All right. Yes, the last one is my life before Thermomix is takeaway food. You want to take away crab, suddenly dia cakap, oh, minimum spend is 25 ringgit. 25 ringgit, you buy macam a lot of food kan, but you don't finish, macam tak sedap lah, dia dah tak panas, and then but you have to buy it because you want your free delivery. And then another thing is with takeaway food, you have concern of cleanliness juga. So did they prepare it right? Did they prepare it on the spot? And then you want quality as well. So you pergi kedai, you makan like say for example sausages. Sausages has a lot of, what do I say? What's the word for it? additives, is it? Like it's processed food. So with Thermomix, actually, you can make your own minced meat and you can ensure yourself that the things that you put inside are all the healthy stuff, not some funny binders that you don't know the function and what it does to your body lah. All right, so next slide. So I am an advisor. When I found out that I can use Thermomix and I can also make a career out of it, it became my passion. Why? Because I saw value in it. The value in it is that I have great, happy family time eating together. So tak adalah masak, lepas tu okay lah korang makan dulu, I makan nanti, I nak kena cuci pinggan. So it adds a lot of value there for me, for myself. And then it's also easy cooking. So yes, manually you have to like chop your onions. It takes a lot of time kan, but you can also chop your onions using your Thermomix. You buang every bawang in, you tak payah nak berair mata, and it's easy cooking, okay? And also, I love the concept of healthy eating. Nowadays, I think starting this year, it was a concept that was promoted by our government as well. So we want to age very gracefully and make sure that we did the best that we can for our own body. So one way to do that is to practice healthy eating. Okay. All right. I would like to share a bit more about Thermomix because is Thermomix new in Malaysia? Actually, it's not new. I think it became viral when the first PKP happened, but the company itself, Forward, it's pronounced Forward, it's been around for a very long time. So it's been around since 1883. But when it comes to a blender that cooks, it started as a blender in 1961. So that's a long time ago, okay? And then progressively, they introduced a lot of technology to it. So what people do is, I rasa when it comes to technology, kan, you want to go a step above. So, okay, benda ni boleh blend, but sometimes maybe when they were creating this, they were like, best kan kalau dia masak. So eventually someone had the idea of it. You create a blender that has heating, and then that's how Thermomix came to mind as well, okay? For Thermomix that came to Malaysia, it started in 2003, I believe. And then in time, it introduced a new model in 2014, which is the TM6. And currently what's in sale is TM6, okay? So Thermomix, is it affordable? It is affordable because in every 23 seconds, one Thermomix is sold around the world. It is a worldwide product. It's it's from Germany, but it's assembled in France. So people around the world use Thermomix, all right? It's not just in Malaysia, and it's very convenient for everyone, okay? And the price is 6,988, which is around just 9 ringgit a day. You have warranty for 24 months, which is also the amount of installment that's available. So it is really an appliance that you use for a smart home concept. So smart home meaning it does more than one thing as well, all right? All right, so Thermomix itself, it's a top class design and quality. So when you purchase a Thermomix, actually all this, dah mati. So yeah, the Thermomix, if you leave it idle for around 15 minutes, it will mati sendirilah. So jimat elektrik kat situ, all right? So back to the topic of top design and quality. When you buy Thermomix, this is the unit, this is the base, which is the machine itself. And then it comes with all these accessories that you can use to access all the functions that it has. So it has some pre-installed functions that helps you replace your kitchen appliances with Thermomix. Okay, so I'll show one by one all the accessories that you get. So this is a spatula. So the spatula is basically used for scraping on the mixing bowl. Okay, aside than that, it also has a hook here. I'll show in a bit what the hook is for. And then it's designed in a way that when you place it on a table, I have a text box here. Let me see if you can see it. Okay, tak nampak. Turun sikit. Yeah, so when you place it on a table, it has this rounded edge here as well as a flat surface. It doesn't roll off the table and then it stops. So kalau you dah scrape something, it will not dirty your kitchen. All right, so that was very smart. When I first used this, I macam nak kena letak something or letak atas something kan, but it takes time. After some time, you realize like, oh, they thought of it for me. Okay, so Thermomix, they thought of everything for you. All right. So, and then let's go to the base unit first. So this is the base unit. This is the machine itself. This is the knob that you use to adjust your time, temperature, and speed for your chopping lah, or your stirring. All right. And then it's a touch screen. It's the responsiveness is very great. So when I first bought, I ingat macam mesti nak susah nak tekan kan, but actually with very light fingers, it responds very well. All right. And then, okay, so this is the mixing bowl. So this is a 2.2 liter stainless steel mixing bowl. This is where all your cooking is done, and then all your blending is done as well. All right. So inside the base is actually is where the mixing blade is. So it's called a blade, but it's actually dual-ended. So meaning that, all right, let me just show you how to disassemble it, because bila you disassemble tu, dia macam senang sangat. It's not semua orang boleh buat lah. All right. So this is the blade. The blade, dia ada sharp end, dia ada blunt end. So it's actually patented by Thermomix itself. It can go one rotation to allow chopping, and then it can also reverse to allow stirring. So kalau you masukkan ikan, I think nanti ada ikan kan, you tak payah risau lah ikan you hancur ke ataupun any other ingredients that you put inside akan hancur. Alright, so that is about the mixing blade. This is about the mixing bowl itself, stainless steel. So you tak payah risau dia akan berbau, or if you're cooking a different dish kan, macam you're doing dessert and then suddenly you want to do a main dish, so it won't have a smell lah. Okay, so this is the lid. So the lid is you place it like that because when you want to operate, you need the lid installed. All right, and then we also cover the lid because nanti dia ada lubang. Some recipes you can masukkan terus ingredient dekat dalam lubang ni. All right, so if that's the case, we have also measuring cup. So it's called a measuring cup, but it's actually a cover juga lah. So multifunctional again. So you use this and close it here. So bila you masak or when you're chopping, tak adalah benda macam terpercik everywhere. Okay. So that's also a plus with Thermomix lah. Bila you masak sambal, yes, you can masak sambal here, pecah minyak and everything. You don't have to worry about memercik. So your kitchen will be very clean. Like I myself, I put this in my dry kitchen area. All right. So nanti this is where the mixing bowl will go. Okay. So other than that, the other accessories that you get, these are all inclusive in your purchase when you buy it at 6988, which you can also do by installment. You also get this thing. It's called a simmering basket. So what a simmering basket does is you can use it as a strainer. That's one thing. All right. You can use it as the name indicates. It's to simmer. Okay. And then you can also cook rice. So we in Malaysia, memang kita makan nasi. You cook rice using a simmering basket, and then it will produce low GI rice, meaning that all the water that has starch will be discarded in the bowl, and then all your rice will be in here. Okay, and then it's very healthy juga lah, because low GI indicates that it doesn't give you like hunger pangs, so you takkan macam makan banyak tiba-tiba senang nak lapar. It makes you fuller longer basically. All right. So just now I was talking about this spatula. So spatula ni, bila you letak your simmering basket inside here, it actually goes like this lah. So you masuk, okay. Then just imagine you dah letak nasi and then it's cooking. After it's cooking, it will be a bit hot. Nice. All right. And then you can actually use this hook. This hook was designed to be able to take out your simmering basket like that. All right. So it's very, how do you say, well thought of, right? So bila you dah bawa keluar tu, it's because there's a hook here and then there's a hole here lah. Okay, so you just take it out and then you just put this aside lah. Bila you masak nasi, tak ada kerak-kerak, and it's very easy to clean juga. And you can also use this to actually wash your rice. nampak ada lubang-lubang, and maybe you're worried that the beras akan keluar kan, but actually no, the beras takkan terkeluar bila you cuci beras dekat sini juga. Alright, so that is about the simmering basket. And then the other accessories that you get, okay, this thing looks, you know, it looks a bit futuristic, right? But it has its own function. So this is actually a varoma tray. So what you use with the varoma is, if you see in the picture, you can use it to do multi-layer cooking. So this is the lid, so you tutup, but oh, sorry, it's not just one layer, it's actually 2 layers. So this one, if you can see here, you can put a bowl inside, and then you steam one thing here. And then there's another layer actually here that you place on top. So this one famous if people want to make fish, like you do a Thai lime steamed fish can. So you put the fish on top, and then you can put like eggs or other vegetable dekat bawah. So you do multi-layer cooking. So multi-layer meaning you can have a soup. There's one recipe in Cookie Dough Thermomix. Yeah. You do soup dekat bawah, it's a vegetable soup, and then with the simmering basket you do your rice, you make your rice, lepas tu dekat atas you make your chicken, and then you also steam some vegetables on top. So sekali masak ada 4 benda, so that is very time efficient. Okay, right, so that's about the varoma. And then we also have additional 2 accessories. So this one is called a butterfly whisk. So if there are any bakers inside our show for today, when you want to introduce air into your baking, you need to macam whisk kan. So this acts as a whisk as well. So bila you masuk tu, it will stir, and then you can make recipes such as whipped cream using this butterfly whisk. So this is also famous if you want to do jams like kaya pandan. So kaya pandan is a recipe that you have to macam stir all the time to make sure dia tak ada clump kan. But with Thermomix, you use this, it will auto stir for you. You set the time, and then after that you get your jams. Okay. It's also a stirrer. Kalau you nak masak nasi goreng, you just put your nasi in, and then you put your butterfly whisk. It will stir for you. Okay. So that's the butterfly whisk. I like this thing. It's like very small and very convenient to use, but there are ways that you need to use this. The maximum speed is 4. It's indicated here, but it's not very clear. But when you want to use a Thermomix, you have to ensure that you have a great advisor that will help you with all this extra information. All right. So aside from that, this is a splash guard. So a splash guard is usually used to avoid splash. So yes, you have this measuring cup. This measuring cup can also prevent splash lah. But some recipes you want to, macam mana nak cakap, kurangkan air, because if you put this, the vapor goes back inside. But if you replace it with something like a splash guard, you can have your vapor released to the surroundings so that dia tak ada jadi basah sangat. Alright, if that makes sense. Okay, so that is all the accessories that you get with your Thermomix as well. I would like to add that in the base unit, actually, the power of the Thermomix is in the motor. The motor is it's powerful. It goes up to speed 10, which you can use to transform lump sugar into powdered sugar. So that's how strong the motor is. And the other thing is it is frictionless, meaning that it does not produce heat. All right, so a lot of people, they also use Thermomix to make ice cream. So if you use a blender, sometimes you blend for a long time if ada banyak barang lah, and then it becomes it gets heated, so it gets very hot. So you don't have to worry about that with Thermomix because it has a motor that is frictionless. All right. Okay. So aside from that, yeah, just now I was mentioning about how Thermomix can replace all your other kitchen appliances. So if you see in the picture here, there's a sous vide cooker. If you guys are aware of sous vide, it's a method of cooking. You macam immerse maybe meat inside water at a specific temperature to make it tenderized and to keep the juices in so that it's more flavorful. A sous vide machine itself, it costs around 1,000 or so. So and I believe like you don't use it all the time unless you're a chef. So why not use a machine that has the function of it? Okay, so this comes into you can use this with Thermomix because you have your controlled temperature. You can control the temperature of your Thermomix. Okay, so other stuff, say you're moving to a new house. All right, you're moving to a new house. You're not kena beli ke semua ni. You punya rumah, you bought it because of the space and it added value sana kan, like oh mahal sebab besar. But suddenly you're putting all these appliances inside your kitchen. So the idea is you don't need it all. All you need is the Thermomix. It can be your hand mixer. It can be your blender. Essentially, the best feature is the blender lah. All right. It can make you butter. It's also a food processor. And then if you're a coffee lover, you use it as a coffee grinder. You can also adjust your temperature to make sure you make great tasting coffee. Okay. A stand-up mixer for in case you're a baker, and other stuff like grater. Oh, if you see here, it says cookbook. It's because you have access. Thermomix has Wi-Fi. So bila if you like manually like to buy cookbooks, it's great too. But sometimes you just want something on the device terus. So the cookbook is in the cookie dough itself. So you access it through the machine. So you next year, okay? Tak payah nak pening, nak tengok screenshot dekat handphone like, oh, I jampat recipe dekat Facebook kan. You can also save those recipes, translate it into a cookie dough recipe and save it on your device. That's how convenient it is, all right? So yes, it is also an egg cooker. You can make kopitiam soft-boiled eggs, you can make soup, and then it's also, I think one of the more important things is if you have a baby, it's also a food processor for the babies. So you can make baby food, all right? Steamer, which is the varoma. And then it has a built-in scale. So you can use it to see how many grams that you're weighing when you're baking or you're cooking lah, all right? Okay, next. I would like to invite Elashny. So Elashny, are you ready? She is going to make crab masala today. Let me just check if she's ready, okay?
Yes, I'm ready. Can you see me?
Yes, she's ready. Yes, I can hear you, but it's not that loud.
Oh, okay, let me see what I can do.
Yeah. So I will click here at Spotlight. So yes, as mentioned, you can actually put a whole crab inside your Thermomix. So Elashny, are you ready to show us the magic of Thermomix?
Yes, can you see me? Is my camera okay?
Yes, your camera is fine. Orang lain boleh nampak ke?
I think can lah, can nampak kan?
Yeah, it's okay. Just show us your magic.
All right, so can. So thank you so much, Zuka. I'm very excited to show you guys this crab masala. So what I've done previously is that I just terus buat masala dia, and then I just marinate dia macam ni, because when you marinate, oh, something is not right.
Zuka, can you stop share screen?
Okay, so yeah.
Well,
All right.
okay, now can. Okay, so what I did was I dah buat tadi marination of the crab with the masala. The ingredients are very easy actually. Just that it's the same ingredients that we are using for the masala paste to marinate and also to saute and temper as well. So I use curry leaf, coriander leaves, tomatoes, onions, garlic, ginger, and green chili, and also fennel seeds. Ada saute dia, blend dia, lepas tu terus masuk to marinate my crab. So I've been leaving this for about 15 minutes from just now. So it's nicely marinated and the room smells so good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just gonna make the tempering and the masala. So I'm using this oil. Most Indians actually will use this oil. This is gingerly oil. My mom uses this and coconut oil. So today I'm just gonna use this. So I'm just gonna quickly pour this, and then first things first, I'm going to chop my onion, garlic, and ginger. Okay, I'm using the oil first because I just want the onions to be cut a little bit more smaller, and makes it smooth a bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna put that in, and I'm just gonna chop it. Okay, so I've also created the recipe in my Thermomix. You have an option to create the recipe, so you can, whenever you want to cook whatever you've been cooking, you don't have to stand there and remember everything. You can just click next once you create it in your cookie dough, and then you can just next. So it says I have to put all my ingredients. I've done that, and okay, let's just chop this now. So I've moved it here, and I'm just going to put it into speed 6. Okay, that's done. Now let's go to the next step. It's basically to say that we've put in all our ingredients just now. So I basically chopped it. See, very nicely chopped. I have the balance a little bit of the masala paste lah, but it doesn't really matter because anyhow kita pun masala tu kan. So let's just put it in. Please scrape down the bowl so your onions are all cooked nicely. Okay, now let's add the fennel seeds. My onions, my sliced onions, just to give it some texture. Green chilies, curry leaves, some of the coriander leaves, just leave some lah untuk decoration kan. Okay, and then lepas tu close it and just cook for, I put it here for 2 minutes, so just masak untuk 2 minutes saja lah. So this recipe is actually very easy, senang sangat. Earlier you just have to marinate it. We just have to cook it for about 4 minutes je, masak lepas tu marinate, lepas tu tinggalkan dia, and then for about 10-15 minutes. And then you just do your masala paste and then masuk the crab with the marination and just allow it to cook. So usually when we cook on the stove, it will take about this type of. So I'm using the ketam nipa lah, the big one, the berat one. So semalam my husband cracked the thing, but then pecah sangat pula, macam ni, over pecah already. So usually I use the other crab, the red crab, that one very nice and sedap. So usually I use that lah, but this time my husband said you want to try this, so I bought this lah. But yeah, it's very easy to do. It takes only about 20 minutes. Okay. So while that is sauteing, I'm just gonna quickly browse through with you in my flip chart. So one of the main feature we have in Thermomix, right, is basically this. You can prepare fruit juice. You can prepare your homemade stocks, your paste, everything inside your Thermomix. You can store it and you can blend them in, you can store it in the fridge, and then you can use it whenever you want. Like most of our friends in our Thermomix group and our customers. So what they did is, Puasa is coming out next week, right? So everyone's gonna be very busy. So what they did was they're preparing their stocks and their paste now itself. So they blend everything using fresh ingredients, they store it in the fridge, and whenever they want to cook for sahur or in the evening when they cook up, also they just use the paste, put in their proteins, whatever that's necessary, and then just start cooking. And it saves so much of time rather than when you're so tired with puasa, everyone is very tired when they fast, right? So on the stove you have to blend the paste and then cook the paste, it takes so much of time, kan? So with Thermomix, right, it's very easy. You can prepare your kicap paste, your ikan bakar paste, nyonya paste, all those paste. So all those paste, you can just prepare it early. Let the thing cook. The thing will take about 20 to 30 minutes for Thermomix to cook. You just campak everything, blend, terus biar dia masak lah. So when it masak, after finish already, you just come in, and then you just come and store it, let it cool. Lepas tu store it in one of the jars, masuk dalam freezer, and that's it. Whenever you want to have your paste or your cooking, you can just take it out and masak saja. How easy is that? So let me just continue on that. Before that, let me just put in all the other ingredients first. So the next thing is basically to put in the tomatoes and also the powders. So let me just put them in. So we're going to put in 1 chopped tomatoes. I've diced it small because I just want it to, cook it further faster. So I'm using fish curry paste, sorry, a powder. Usually for crab masala, my mom told me that Indians will use their own masala powder, which is called Colombo powder. So what they do is they blend different types of roasted herbs and spices. That will be their masala powder lah. That's what they call it. So my mom has it at home in her house. She's done it. I have not done it yet. So I'm replacing it with fish curry powder lah. Okay. So you can use fish curry powder if you don't have fish curry powder or the masala Colombo powder. It's fine. You just have to add extra for the coriander powder and chili powder, and you're good to go. Right? So I'm having some turmeric. Don't use too much of turmeric because I've already marinated the crab earlier with turmeric powder. So I don't really like food spicy, so I'm just gonna add like a little bit of chili powder. Nanti pedas pula I tak boleh makan. So that's done. And also bear in mind, kalau you nak masukkan a lot of chili, you want it really spicy, you just tambah masa you nak, yang masala you nak marinate tu kan, you just tambah extra green chili or maybe 1 or 2 chili patis, up to you. Because I don't like spicy, so I kurangkan the chili and I'm putting in extra a bit chili powder, not too much, just trying to balance the spiciness. Okay? So coriander powder goes in. I just like agak-agak because I rarely use measurement, so like So this, then this is the last one, which is cumin powder. So that's done. So just gonna add on of the fish curry powders, the oil and tomatoes. Okay, that's all. And then now you just let it cook the masala paste. Okay, so 4 minutes, and it's speed 120. Okay. All right. So while that's cooking, we just move the things here so it's easier for us to see. So once that is cooking, I'm just gonna talk about this again. So just now I told you kan, you boleh masak your paste semua, then you can your stock semua you can masuk the freezer. Bila you nak you boleh guna. Because let's face it, kita semua busy kan, kerja lah, jaga anak lah, jaga family, right? So it's very convenient for you to blend the paste early and then you put it in. And how easy kan? So now we see on the shops, right? So we draw homemade ready-made paste, right? But you don't know what chemicals or preservatives they put inside so that it tahan lama kan. But what if you can do the same at home? That too very fast, and you don't even have to keep standing there and stirring. Sebab kalau kita buat sambal kan, macam one of our users also, she blends her sambal paste and stocks it. I mean, not one, I mean everyone stocks their sambals and their paste in the freezer. So bila nak goreng bihun ke, goreng ke, anything, she just uses the sambal. So it's very convenient. So you don't have to like stand at the stove. You know, you have to like stir it. Takut dia pecah minyak macam mana kan, lambat ke apa ke. Takut the minyak splatter or the paste splatter. Or you're just worried that the paste will burn kan. You don't have to have any of that with Thermomix because it doesn't burn. Firstly, that's the most important thing. Secondly, it mixes and stirs for you. So when you have that specific setting of stirring, you can go slow. Like I'm using now is a spoon setting. So spoon setting is like, you know, like how you're stirring. It imitates that stirring function that you usually do on the stove. So when it keeps doing that, your food won't get burnt. And that way it's also very fast because the internal temperature is quite high because it's 120 degrees. So it cooks faster than your normal cooking on the stove as well, right? So that's how we prepare the paste and all that. One more thing is also you can do your homemade chicken stock powder. So last week I did my mushroom paste, my mushroom stock. So what I did was that campur everything. It stirred for me, it blended for me within 1 hour because mushroom paste, mushroom stock, you have to like cook it for almost 1 hour for it to think it's almost 1 hour. I cannot remember because I use a lot of it. So I will just do the cooking for you and you just have to store it. But the chicken stock powder, right, very cepat. You just masak and then you put in the oven, it will hancurkan for you, and then you will come out with like a powder form of consistency. So whenever you want to do your soup or you want to do food for your kids, you don't have to use seasoning. You just go in the chicken stock powder. Senang saja. So that's why it says here fast, fresh, and easy. And everything is done in Thermomix. Because one thing is your pace is fast. You don't have to do anything. And then it's fresh because you're doing it homemade, right? Using fresh ingredients, no preservatives, no colorings whatsoever. And then it's easy. Why easy? Because you don't have to do anything. Just throw it everything. It does all the cooking for you while you get to do everything else, maintain the house or anything else. So it's very, very fast. And I know everyone loves of course, all of us love Starbucks and coffee bean and all, right? Fraps, right? Who doesn't love it, right? So you can also do frap, blend it only for 1 minute. You don't have to like use the normal blender. You know, some blenders, they can't even blend ice, right? But this one, you don't have to worry about it. It really hancurs kind the ice like the blenders that they have in Starbucks, in coffee beans and all. So it really hancurs kind, and only 1 minute, you know, just 1 minute, and everything is nicely stirred and blended. So you get your frap at home without the additional preservatives that they use in Starbucks. All these flavor enhancers, the syrup that they actually put it in the Starbucks fraps, right? Those are all flavor enhancers. So you don't have to, you know, go there, go Starbucks, take the car and go out. No, 1 minute, that's all you need. So once you put it in, you just blend it, that's it, done. I even made my lemonade, right? I made this asam drink within 2 seconds, 4 seconds. So 2 seconds for it to blend the rock sugar and also the asams. And then another 2 seconds to just blend this. So it kind of imitates for under turbo function. So it kind of imitates the juicing method that you have in your juices. It's just that it doesn't overjuice the thing because then, you know, it gets bitter, you lose the antioxidants and all that. So that's why it's very, very, very fast to do your juice, your fruit juice, to blend in turbo speed, and to do your paste and stock and everything. Very convenient. Okay, all right. So let me just finish off this like in a bit, and then we'll go through the text. So can you see? Okay, let me just show you. Just putting everything. Okay. So this is how it is once it's very, very nicely cooked. So now to this, we are going to add the crabs. Initially, I wanted to use the butterfly whisk but the thing hancur already, the claw, but I think should be okay. So I'm just going to put my crabs in. Just put them inside. So I know most of you macam tanya like, what, can you cook crab in Thermomix? Yes. Even when I first wanted to buy, I also asked my now advisor, like, would it also crab? I said, yeah, you can do any sort of seafood you want. You can even use mala, clams, anything. And it doesn't like hancurkan or anything. You know? It's like so nicely cooked, like how you would cook it on the stove. Let me just scrape the masala. So we can put it in and start cooking. And you don't have to worry kalau dia, the plate will destroy the thing. No such thing at all. It cooks, when you put it on slow and reverse, right? It cooks very slowly so that your crab doesn't actually hancur or it breaks or anything. Okay, that's it. Let me just go to the next one. So 15 minutes, 120 and reverse spoon. All right. Okay, so that's all. See how easy, right? Yeah, it's going to be a bit noisy because of the kakis and the shape, the body of the crab lah. But yeah, don't worry about it. It's not like really hancur, right? Like I can show you lah, but yeah, it doesn't hancur anything. Okay. All right. So the next thing is basically I wanted to show you how we can make ice creams and all, because you know, right? Even you have kids, especially ice creams are like favorite food, right? But when you buy outside, you know how I mean, of course, we all love a good ice cream, but you know how much of flavorings they put in, how much of enhancers they put in, how much of preservatives they put in, right? But with Thermomix, right, it's very, very convenient for you to make any ice cream. You don't have to have a churner, ice cream churner. I think that one easily costs about 400-500 if I'm not mistaken. This is like 2 years ago when I saw the price. So we just okay. Sorry, I accidentally off my aircon, so settings. Okay, so basically, this is what it says: 100% natural and healthy, delightful, where it brings joy. When you see here, this child is eating a sorbet, and you can also make many different types of ice creams, and you can also make like different types of sorbet, tomatoes, smoothies, all these things which are so fresh, and we don't even have to use like many ingredients or even the ice cream maker, nothing. All you have to do is just put in the fruits that you want to do with your sorbets, for example, and it will actually blend it in such a smooth consistency, because when you freeze the fruits, right, once you freeze the fruits, then you can just blend it. So when you blend it, right, you see a very nice thick, creamy consistency. So it imitates the ice cream thickness. So that way you get to give your kids healthy, but also very preservative free, and also good nutrient mineral food as well. Because kids, right, they just love all this colored food and all that. So if your kid is having difficulty to eat fruits or to eat vegetables, I mean, you can just blend with cheese and mash it them and eat them as well. So you don't have to like, force them to eat and all that. So when you do ice cream, right, you can just get your kids to get involved here as well. Because this is very safe, right? So you don't have to worry. Yes, the bowl is panas, but other than that, your kid can actually stand beside you, and you can get them involved in it as well. And this thing, right, if you see now I'm touching this not far. And it's so nice to get kids to be involved in cooking and all that. When and you get to build a bond with them that way as well. So you allow them to enjoy the food at the same time, enjoy the time with you as well. And I feel that's a very important bond to create with your kids at a very young age as well. So most of our users, right, and our advisors also, they love to bring their kids and let them involved in anything that they do, especially ice cream or sorbet or even baking as well. And even they make their own pizzas as well. So the kids will just add on the toppings and help them in the kitchen. It's such a fun time you get with your kids that way, you know. So another thing is also that why I like to use, I haven't used to do any ice cream yet. Supposed to do it, I think, the first week of, last month, I bought all my ingredients for chocolate ice cream, because I keep seeing everyone in our support group was making all sorts of ice creams last month. So I got pretty excited, I want to do chocolate ice cream. And then COVID hit me unexpectedly. I was down for 3 weeks actually. Still not really back to normal. Still having my voice, but I can't take ice and all that because have the flu and all that. So I'm trying to plan and see when I can do my ice cream. But I've seen all of our users and all of our customers, they do ice cream like so easy. You just have to use the main ingredient, which is the base, whatever base for it. Let's say chocolate ice cream uses dark chocolate. Sometimes you make cocoa powder, sometimes you don't need cocoa powder. And then you just put in cream or milk or any what do you say, that stabilizer to make sure that it has that thick consistency. And you can also use egg whites. Some of the recipes is egg whites. So why egg whites? It whips nicely and give you that really firm consistency as a normal ice cream does. And the best part is, right, you just make it everything here within 15 to 20 minutes, store it in the freezer, and the next day, when you want to have your ice creams, right, just take it out from the freezer. And this Thermomix, right, I'm very surprised when our advisors and users were doing it. Like, you just pick out the frozen ice cream that you have made, and then you just put it here, then you blend right in the Thermomix, right? I mean, it was like so smooth, like as if you are buying ice cream from outside. The consistency and the thickness, right, is exactly like how you would use an ice cream churner. Because I would have an ice cream churner, and before Thermomix, I started what ice cream is the 2-ingredient ice cream recipe, which is whatever, let's just say chocolate, dark chocolate, and also milk and condensed milk, right? So this is like the last time like it kind of imitates the ice cream texture. So now and condensed milk is not really healthy because it's very sweet and thick, right? But now I don't have to worry about that because I don't have to use all that. I use very healthy ingredients as followed by Kupilu's recipe, and then everything is done by Thermomix. Put it in the freezer the next day. Malam-malam I thought it can do it. The next day if I want to enjoy it, just bring it and it will blend for me. It's such a nice thing to consistency. So when I see my friends and my users, other user customers, right, they post these photos in our support group, right? Oh my god, you just feel like you want to go and get to the shop and just make an ice cream right now itself. Because our support group, right, is really, really happening group, I would say, because everyone is just enjoying cooking. So they post the photos, their videos and all that, right? You get to see how much stuff they actually do in Thermomix using all these fresh ingredients, healthy ingredients, and feeding their kids and family all these healthy food, right? You feel very happy and great as well because they have a Thermomix at home. And personally, I think usually I always buy from Grab. And that's the reason why I chose Thermomix because I want to stop this unhealthy food from outside. So maybe now in a week or two, we have like 1 or 2 or 3 times makan kat luar. Then the rest everything I try my best to make it in Thermomix. And I find it's really faster and healthier. So because when I have my work, right, it's a bit noisy lah, sorry. Because when I work, right, whenever I have my meetings and all, in between my meetings, I'll just come down, chakra everything, let it cook, and then I just go on with it. Or sometimes I take my call in my phone when I'm having my meeting, and I'll be literally talking to my colleagues while I'm cooking. Because, you know, it's very effortless. It's not difficult for you to use Thermomix. So I get to multitask that way. That's why whenever I post my food or my recipes, right, the caption is always effortless and multitasking because that's what the truth is lah. That's what I'm going through at home. I multitask while I'm cooking and it doesn't affect me in any way. It's super fast as well. Okay. Another thing that I wanted to explain also, right? There are different types of low temperature cooking that we can use in Thermomix, right? Okay, now why we use low temperature cooking? So, but you know, when we masak in your stove and all, right, especially Indian food, right? Not being biased or judgmental, Indian food always tastes good when you have slow cooking, cooking for long hours. But the downside is that when you cook that long, right, the vitamins, the minerals, and nutrients loses. And especially when you cook on the stove for a long time, the food nutrients, it vaporizes. So when it vaporizes, right, you lose all that healthy food and minerals and vitamins in that food because you cook it too long. That's why when I make any food in my Thermomix, right, I try not to cook more than 30 minutes unless sambal lah. Sambal, yes, 20 to 30 minutes depending on the consistency and all. Most of my seafoods that I cook inside here, like prawns and prawns, I cook about the high temperature setting here, which only cooks about 4 minutes, and that's it. You don't have to like overcook the prawns and things like that. For crab, maximum is 15 minutes, and usually for crabs, I use 10 minutes if you use the soft shell one. If you use the ketam because it's the shell is very thick, right? So I use extra 5 minutes, but still it cooks very nicely. And then for chicken also, right, 15 minutes max to cook. If you're using breast, it's just 10 minutes. So you don't really have to, you know, stand here and stir and let it allow it to cook that long. When you cook this little time and the heat and also the vapor circulates inside, you get healthy food. You maintain the nutrients, you maintain the values of the food inside itself. So that way you get healthy food right within few minutes by the Thermomix. Because even outside, right, you don't know how long they cook because they cook long hours, big foods, right? So they have to like cook for very long hours. So, but this one, like me, very fast cooking. healthy as well. And I like that a lot because my mom, actually, it's not that my mom is a bit, not big, my parents are like very healthy people. So it's been since like that since young where we cook anything and everything healthy as much as we can. Of course, we cannot avoid certain things, but we try. And Mama likes to cook food a bit long on the stove because it gives you that flavor, right? And trust me, that same long cooking flavor, you will get it even better actually when you cook the mix. Why I say that, because remember I told you that the vapor that's vaporized and then the internal heat inside here, it kind of imitates how you use pressure cooker. It's just that without the pressure, the heat, like the fast heat. Other than that, right, it imitates that function. So it internalize the vapor, the heat and everything. So your food stays fresh, your food stays juicy, not dry, especially any proteins. And it's not like overly cooked as well, because you tend to overcook like with the long hours, right? And one more thing, right, if you want to melt chocolate, right, with the low temperature, right, I think for chocolate melting is about 57 degrees. So it has a specific temperature to melt the chocolates. You also, when you want to eat bread or anything, right? Kalau kita nak, last time like we used to have fine for lukewarm water because we need to activate the heat step. Then you like my temperature 27 to 30, I'm not sure and all that, right? And it's very annoying as well. But nowadays, what I do is that I just, follow Hindu's recipe here, and then it has a specific temperature to activate the yeast, which is 37 degrees. So it's all preset, and then it just activates my yeast, and I just press next for the recipe, and that's it. I put my bread. How easy is that? So I like that fact that these features that Thermomix has, because it allows you to maintain the food value and the nutrition as well. And I really, really like this a lot because you want to serve your family healthy food. You want to serve your family nutritious food and good food as well. When you don't compromise anything, especially the taste or the flavor and all that. I know banyak orang macam skeptical. Okay, masak ni sedap ke? Like, you don't know sebab masak cepat, and then kalau on the stove kan, you masak lambat, you get smell, you food and everything, right? Trust me, don't ask people who have not used Thermomix, ask the users. When you masak with Thermomix, no matter what you cook lah, a simple nasi goreng also can taste very nice. Because again, like I said, one is the temperature of the cooking. Another thing is also, like I said, the vapor does not include the food nutrients and also the food values as well. Everything is stored inside. So that way, your food gets much more healthy, tasty, because you maintain the taste that way, and you don't compromise anything. So like I really, really suka Thermomix because of that. That's actually what caught my attention first when I was looking at how people were using Thermomix. I mean, if you get healthy food kat rumah, kenapa nak pergi beli and all that, right? I mean, nowadays you don't even know what they're putting in your food. You just literally you don't know tau. Tak apa benda dia orang masak di dalam tu. MSG lah, they put this stabilizer lah, they put enhancers lah. It's so scary to see what they do. And when you can actually do those foods like your favorite food without compromising the food's taste and also the nutrients, I mean, why not, right? Kita buat macam tu kat rumah, right? Senang je. While you do the Grab 35 minutes, you dah prepare one food. So that's why I love Thermomix so much, and I'm just using it for like 4 months now, close to 4 months. Never regretted my decision. I've been trying to do more other features and functions inside there as well, and I've never like said one day or want to say you are lazy or you could never. I'm like so always enthusiastic because it makes you want to do more different and try different things also. Okay, so crab is done. It's so very fast. Dah done ready. Let me show you the steam. The room smells so good. So as you can see, just on the aircon, right? So like that. So as you can see, it's nicely cooked, tak hancur. This one is my husband punya kerja lah sebab dia pergi crack the floor too much tadi sampai dia dah until the shell pun dah terkeluar. So I had to like piece it back together. But other than that, right, as you can see, See, the badan is all nicely still intact. So you no need to worry whether the blade will hancurkan the crab, nothing. Okay. All right, so I'm done. I will be showing you the plating and the end result later because I want to garnish it. So I'm passing back to Zuka. Thank you so much for watching me do my crab masala, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, great job, Elashny. Yeah, I saw all the vapor come out tu kan. I'm like, oh my God, I want to be in her house now. I want to be eating what she's cooking. Oh, it's so great. Yeah, okay. So I'll welcome our next chef. Our next chef is actually Yana. So Yana will be showing you how to cook fish inside Thermomix. Hancur ke tak hancur nanti kita tengok. I'm pretty sure it will not hancur because a lot of the advisors have been doing this. Okay, so Yana, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so I'll stop sharing my screen and then kejap cari Yana jap.
Yeah.
So excited. Okay, show us what you can do.
Okay, thank you so much, Zuka. Thank you, Elashny. Your crabs looks delicious. Serious. Sampai sini rasa macam I wish I could smell. Okay,
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Lena Tira. I'm from Terengganu, and I'm a full-time housewife. Now dah jadi full-time suri business lah dengan Thermomix kan. Lepas tu, you can call me Yana, and today I would like to cook stir-fried whole fish. Resepi ni 100% dari cook Idu. Kalau tak ada resepi ni, ikan crispy ni rasanya I masak singa pedas, goreng. Tu je tahu. Resepi lain tahu. So, okay, let's start. Zuka boleh dengar kan?
Boleh.
Okay, start cooking. Okay, mula dia suruh kita marinate the fish dengan apa? Okay, ni sebab I guna kerisi tau. Kerisi ni dia bersisik. So, buang sisik dulu and basuh dan bersihkan and lepas tu dia suruh kita macam marinate jugalah dengan salt and rice wine, tapi kita Melayu kan tak guna rice wine, so kita boleh substitute guna cuka ataupun a bit sugar. Nak ganti rice wine tu kan. Lepas tu next kita set aside and then okay, the best thing about Thermomix is dia punya weighing scale. Dia ada built-in punya scale. So sekarang ni kita nak timbang-timbang semua ni. Nampak ke? See my bottles here. I tak perlu timbang siap-siap sebab I nak tunjuk. Okay, kita okay. Letak mangkuk kat sini. So basically berat mangkuk sendiri dia boleh detect. Tak nampak skrin Okay. Nampak skrin tak Zuka?
Yeah, it's okay. Boleh nampak. I can see the bowl too.
Okay. Okay. Basically bowls ni dia dah ada berat. So kita nak timbang ingredient sahaja. So kita tekan je tab. Senang. Okay. Untuk first ingredient so masuk 15 gram light soy sauce. Light. Ni 15 gram. Kita again. Macam best thing is dia sangat accurate. 1 gram pun boleh detect. Ni ada terlebih 2 gram. Okay, next. Tak apa, dia terlebih sikit pun dia tak marah. 10 gram. 10 9. Even 1 gram terus boleh detect. Lepas tu, yang ni I skip. I don't know how to replace the mirin. No Zuka? Mirin and Chinese rice wine.
Yeah, you can either just skip terus ke Yeah, some people use apple cider vinegar lah.
Oh, apple cider vinegar. Okay.
Yeah.
Lepas tu dia suruh masukkan 15 gram sugar. Okay. Tadi dah masuk sikit. Amat banyak. Banyak rupanya 10 gram sugar ni. Oh, amat tak detect lah juga. Okay, tak apa. Semalam memang letak banyak kerja. Okay, then set aside dulu. Okay, lepas tu 25 gram dark sesame oil. Using this one. Minyak bijan. Okay, tap balik sebab dia dah lari dah. Okay, masukkan terus 25 gram. Oops. Okay. Okay. Lepas tu ginger. And then kecap. Snap je, senangnya masak. Kan next je. Okay, kita bagi dia tumis sekejap ginger tu. 3 minit. 120 darjah, teaspoon. Okay, sementara dia masak, Yana nak cerita sikit pasal cookie dough. Basically, cookie dough is the world's largest guided cooking library. So bagi Yana, cookie dough ni dia our receipt bank recipe. Ada 80,000 receipts in cookie dough, and within 6 bulan ni Yana belum try 10 pun belum lagi sebab keep on try the same recipe. Tu pun dah rasa macam wow sebab sama ni masak resipi sendiri. Dapat try masak roti, cheesecake yang tak pernah buat cheesecake. Lepas tu smells good already. Lepas tu cookie dough is our recipe, guided recipe. So for those yang memang tak tahu masak, memang sangat membantu sebab pada kita mungkin kita rasa macam kurang struggle untuk masak sebab mungkin kita dah biasa masak, kita dah biasa tengok YouTube, kita dah biasa tengok Google. Tapi for those yang tak tahu masak langsung, having guided cooking step semua ni daripada first step pun dia dah beritahu dah, so memang sangat syukur sangat sebab tak perlu dah buka YouTube, tak perlu dah buka Google, still boleh cedok resepi orang, still boleh, tapi kita boleh convert kepada Thermomix. Also with cookie dough, kita boleh plan our whole month punya resepi nak masak apa, tak payah fikir dah. Ni nak masuk orang puasa ni kan, sekarang ni pun dah boleh plan siap-siap dah nak masak apa. So tak payah bazir masa, bazir tenaga nak fikir nak masak apa. Kita boleh just scroll, kita boleh type nak masak apa, and then even kita boleh save pada kita boleh buat kita punya collections ni, kita boleh save receipt tu. Yang ni nak masak hari ni, yang ni nak masak besok, kita boleh plan macam tu. And one thing yang Yana macam boleh buat macam ni dia punya, kita boleh recipe tu kita boleh pilih, and when kita tekan cook today, dia keluar shopping list. So shopping list tu kita boleh tekan, kita boleh tick je, okay yang ni belum ada, yang ni dah ada. So the list tu kalau usually tak sempat nak pergi beli, boleh tunjuk kat husband. 3 minit dah siap, boleh tunjuk kat husband, and then boleh sharing, kita boleh share shopping list yang sama, so your husband tahu hari ni nak masak apa, and apa yang barang yang kena beli. Okay. Okey. Lepas dah habis tu, okey. Kita nak masak ikan, masukkan butterfly waste. Okay, macam mana cara nak masukkan tu nanti boleh tanya advisor, your advisor. Okay. And then, okay, dia ada ajar tau macam mana nak place ikan ni. Sekejap, saya letak dulu. Dia bagi tahu suruh ikan tu, perut ikan tu menghadap ke atas. So basically kita baringkan dia. Kita baringkan dia, perut dia menghadap ke atas. Sekejap, I show you. Nampak tak? Nampak tak?
Yes, nampak.
Yin and yang.
Yes, make it a dancing fish, okay?
Okay, lepas tu, okay, sos yang kita buat tadi tu, kita just pour je. Tuang kat dalam. Letak sikit kat sini. Actually anak I kat sini tau sebab turn minggu ni bukan turn diorang sekolah. So diorang dekat sini. Biasanya kalau masak kalau tengah masak guna dapur, and then kalau anak nangis ataupun the kids needs mum, jadi macam kita kalau tengah masak tu memang I tutup api. Memang serius. Memang kau tengah masak, kau tengah apa ni? Baru masuk, even baru masuk ayam ke, baru masuk daging ke, kalau anak panggil, kalau anak perlukan kita, memang I akan tutup terus. So bila tutup, kita akan pergi kat anak untuk kita menyusu. So masa dah terbazir kat situ tau. By ni, kalau anak panggil ke apa ke, just boleh attend anak tu. Sebab dia takkan hangus. Masak, mungkin masak tinggal je. Okay. 7 minit aroma and reverse spoon. Nak intai je. Dia sama masak pun boleh intai. Okay.
Menarik tak dia?
Ya?
The fish inside pusing
Pusing.
Alright. Okay, can continue lah.
Okay. Lepas tu Mama Ten cakap yang apa? Kita mesti ada family, kita punya family receipt kan. Resepi mak kita, resepi nenek kita. So kita benda tu tak ada kat Kukido. So kita nak masak macam tu. Kita boleh convert, and even walaupun Kukido ada dia own collections of recipe, and kita boleh save, kita boleh create our own collection for desserts, for drinks, and for masakan Melayu. Kita still kita sendiri boleh buat kita our own created recipe. Kita boleh create recipe kita sendiri, kita boleh save kat sini. So bila nak masak, just repeat je, cari je kat sini, and then boleh guna tu je untuk masak. So tak kisahlah you masak atau husband you masak atau adik you masak, using the same recipe, the taste is still the same. Dia takkan ada masalah. Hari tu rasa masak macam lain, ni sekarang ni apa macam lain.
Yes.
I experience that a lot. Masa first time masak a new recipe kan, sedap. Bila second time masak, dia jadilah yang dia macam, itu campak banyak mana itu letak.
Yes,
Okay.
I think the scale tu memang very helping lah. So yang ni kita tunggu ikan nak masak kan?
So
Yeah. Alright. So maybe I call to Jaya.
yeah, yes.
Yeah, later lepas ni we will come back to you and tengok apa jadi dengan ikan, okay?
Alright.
Alright, thank you.
Okay.
Jangan pergi dulu, jangan makan dulu ikan
Okay.
Alright, so Jaya, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so before that, let me just okay, so that was Yana. Now we're calling Jaya. Jaya is going to make kamgyong prawn. So this one uses a secret, is it a secret? A secret mode in Thermomix. So you would want to watch this, okay? Okay, Jaya, you can start.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Zuka. Okay, a very happy Sunday to all of y'all. Okay, without further delay, I would like to start my Heong prawns. Okay, so all the ingredients I have prepared. Okay, so let's start. Okay, this one is inbuilt recipe, which is in cookie dough. So I'm just going to press start cooking. So first of all, I just need to pour some oil. So it's about 10 grams of oil. Okay, most of the recipes in what they call a cookie dough doesn't require much of oil. So it's for now, it's just about 10 grams, okay? Okay, oil is in. And then what's next? Okay, so it actually requires the oil to be heated up. So it's about just 3 minutes. So I'll be heating up the oil. So I've already covered, okay, with the measuring cup as well. Okay, while we wait for the oil to get heated up, so I'm just gonna touch a little bit on this, what they call multi-layer cooking, okay? So now life is easy with Thermomix. Why? Because it has got multi-layer cooking. Okay, like for me, I usually prepare bento for my boys. So this multi-layer cooking is super easy. Why? Okay, let's say you're gonna make nasi lemak, okay? So what happens is, okay, literally you'll be cooking your nasi lemak rice inside this mixing bowl, okay? And then on top of that, you can place your waruma, okay, the dish, and then you can steam your eggs. So this is literally what we call as multi-layer cooking, because we are doing things simultaneously, okay? Rice is cooking and then your eggs are boiling. And another example is chicken rice. Okay, example, what we call the soup is in the mixing bowl and your rice is literally placed in the simmering basket. And then you can steam your vegetables and your, what do you call, chicken, yeah. So, and also you can either steam the eggs, okay, because there's a recipe for, I think, steamed egg, yeah. Then you can also steam the chicken as well. So that is how we do multi-layer cooking. And then there's more, I can share more. Example, I can make mantau, okay, I can steam mantau. And then at the same time, I can make mushroom soup or I can make pumpkin soup, okay. There's a lot of choices for you, okay, to make multi-layer cooking, where everything is ready within like minutes, okay? So for example here, okay, you can steam your meat, fish or chicken together, and then there's also steaming eggs, steaming vegetables, potato, rice or pastas. There's a lot of choices for you to choose, even from cookie dough itself, okay? And then, okay, what else? If let's say like multi-layer cooking, it's like super fast. Why? Because everything is done together. So that is how like preparing bento was super easy for my children, because I'm trying to share from my real life experience that if let's say for snack, I'm preparing mantau. So once done with mantau, so I'll just prepare chicken rice. So usually I will omit the egg, steamed egg. Why? Because I prefer, there's no eggs for chicken rice. Like usually I don't have eggs for chicken rice and my boys don't. So what happens is you just cook your rice and you make the soup, and then the chicken, steam it. And then I like to just either after steaming, bake it or just air fry it so that you can get the crisp. So that is how this is gonna help. Okay, now there's only like 3 seconds left. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna follow the exact recipes, okay? But you can tweak it if you want to. Okay, so next, I'm just gonna add in prawns, yeah. So usually you don't have to deshell the prawns, but then the pasta lady already deshelled, okay, and then there's no head, but the tail is left. Okay, so now we are going to use the high temperature cooking, okay? It's going to be high temperature cooking. So I'll show you something. Okay, I believe Zuka have already showed. Okay, when you place the prawns in this, please spread it, okay? Just don't letak everything on top of the blade, okay? Some of us, what we tend to do is, we just put it on top of the blade, but that is not gonna cook, right? So you have to spread it nicely, okay? These are all the little tricks, and you can see even there is like tips for you. So we just gonna, what are we going to do next? Okay, so it's already written here, making sure that they are evenly distributed. Okay, so I don't need this measuring cup. Why I don't need this measuring cup? Okay, this is our splash guard. Okay, you need this whenever you cook something with a very high temperature. Okay, next, I'm gonna place the splash guard. Okay. Okay, so it will request you to place the splash guard, and then it will just, there will be a reminder. Without the splash guard, it's not gonna cook on a high temperature, okay? So, okay, now can you see? It has already locked it, okay? So for 4 minutes, my prawns will be cooked in high temperature. Okay, what happens is, all the extra fluids from the prawns will be removed. So literally your prawn will be cooked in this high temperature. Okay, for example, even sotong, okay, even squid, it requires to be cooked in high temperature. Why? Because you know, squid, all the squid, prawns, all usually they are like the moisture is there. And then, you know, there's like a lot of water, you know, retained. So it will literally remove all this water. And then the texture of it will be nice. It won't be like getah like that. It won't be like rubbery like that. Okay, so that is what happens during high temperature. And then on another note, this is for safety purpose, okay, because it's cooking on 160 degrees, okay, and like caramelizing is on 170 degrees. So for safety feature, this is required, okay, what you call the splash guard. Without it, you cannot, you cannot cook on high temperature mode. And usually for high temperature, all the recipes are in the cookie dough, okay? So you can only use this mode, and together with this what they call splash guard, or in all these cookie dough recipes. Okay, there's also another recipe in cookie dough which requires eggplant, you know, like browning of eggplant. Okay, that also requires what you call high temperature. Okay, so this is how it will cook. So there's no minyak, what you call perche, nothing. Okay, but it's just that now like all the work is coming to me. Okay, so this is how literally you use. So don't forget your splash guard. Even if you forget your splash guard, what is going to happen is it's going to keep reminding you it's not going to cook without the splash guard. Okay, let me touch on some of the modes. Okay, it has got another 1 minute class. Okay, so like I mentioned just now, high temperature is 160 degrees. Okay, for sugar stages, whatever you're going to caramelize, you know, all that is 170. It's all auto set, okay? Because why? We want a perfect temperature. Okay, and then okay, next, okay, I think I'm done with what we call a multi-layer. So let me touch some of the thing under what you call types of all this like what you call fermentation, all the modes inside here. Okay, high temperature, you know, I've already explained. Okay, now these are all the modes which is in, and there's also like new modes which is peeler. Okay, so let me explain to you fermentation mode. Okay, fermentation mode is more of, okay, let's say you want to prepare your very own yogurt, you can use the fermentation mode. And okay, like we love idli, thosai, so you can prepare the batter in what you call our Thermomix. Okay, then you can literally ferment your batter inside here. Okay, usually it's 37 degrees Celsius, and then you just placed, and then 8 hours. Okay, so it will ferment for you all the batter. So you don't have to letak your batter like inside the oven. No, so that is fermentation mode. Okay, we have rice cooker mode. Okay, I love rice cooker mode. Why? You can make your biryani in that. Okay, it's just like one pot. Okay, you're gonna make your biryani in that. you're gonna make what you call your clay pot chicken rice. Banyak lagi lah, okay, your tomato rice. Okay, I will sambung balik. Okay, let me see what's next. Okay, next. Okay, I'm just gonna transfer this splash guard is out. So nothing, I'm just sitting right next to this, nothing splash on me, okay? And you can always doll up and then can start cooking. You're not gonna smell like fish, prawn. Okay, so if you can see the extra, what you call fluid is out. I'm just gonna transfer this to a bowl before we start with others. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm just gonna transfer. Okay, once I've transferred, I'll just get some oil into this and we can start making our Heong. Okay, it's in. Okay, what's next? Okay, I have to place, okay, 1 garlic cloves. I'm just following the recipe, okay? Okay, all this actually you don't have to pre-weigh, okay? Because your weighing scale is already in. But then like for me, you know, ala buat cooking show, so I just weighed all this, okay, prior to it. Okay, ginger. And then bird's eye chili. Okay, if you nak pedas lagi, you tambah lah lagi, okay? What do you call that? Chili padi. And then now it is udang kering. Udang kering, the instruction have already said that you have to, what do you call, soak. So soak, so it will kembang sikit. So tak adalah like so kering like that. So I've already soaked it. And then what is next? Okay, next I know it's just gonna blend, okay? So I'm gonna cover with the measuring cup. This is gonna be a little noisy. Please excuse me, okay? For 5 seconds only, it's gonna blend. Okay, I think not too bad lah. Okay, I can still talk, okay? So this blending is just gonna take 5 seconds, okay? Done, okay? So everything is in here, okay? So I'm just gonna scrape this down. Okay, memang cepat sangat, okay? All done. Scrape it down. Okay, now, okay, once you scrape it down, make sure you distribute this evenly and make sure jangan like it's on top, sitting on top of the blade, because if it is sitting, if whatever ingredients is gonna sit on top of the blade, I'm sure it's not gonna cook. So you have to scrape it down. Then now let's add the, okay, even if you dah tekan next also, you can still go back. Let's add another 30 grams of oil. Just now the 10 grams was just for the prawns done. Now it's 30 grams of oil. Okay, done. Actually terlebih, but it's okay lah. Okay, then what's next? Okay, lemongrass. Okay, this one optional. Diorang dah tulis kat situ optional, okay? And then curry powder. Okay, curry powder is getting in. Next, curry leaves. Okay, this recipe memang I dah pernah buat lah, okay? So yeah, curry leaves. Okay, I already cuci already, okay? So that's why I dare to put it in like that. And then now it's gonna help to saute. Okay, for how long? Oh, okay. So this is gonna take 6 minutes, okay? So for 6 minutes, let's sambung, okay? Just bear with me a little bit more on all the other modes which is inside here. Okay, so I've already told you regarding rice cooker mode, kan? So, okay, if let's say you don't want, because if you use rice cooker mode, of course the starch will be there, okay? Because it's not, your rice is not in the simmering basket, betul tak? Your rice is literally inside the pot. Kan sama macam you cook in your rice cooker, okay? So what happens is, if at all you want your rice low GI, okay, low glycemic index, kan? That means less starch, your blood sugar level is not gonna raise up, okay? All that you have to use your simmering basket, okay? That means simmering basket, beras dalam tu, and then the water. Okay, like for beras, example beras basmati, the water should be like 1 centimeter above the rice level. And let's say for what we call normal rice is just same level, okay? So that one is, I love to use that because why you literally won't be gaining weight lah, makan, who don't love nasi kan? So you literally won't be gaining weight because all the starch you can see at the bottom, okay? So, and then another mode which I love is egg boiler mode, okay? What happens is, there is a mode here, okay? All these are literally automated mode. I'm talking about all the modes now. So you will have a little brief idea, like what you call egg can. So you can literally make hard-boiled egg, soft-boiled egg, medium-boiled egg, actually banyak, okay? So my favorite is always, like for the boys, it's always full-boiled eggs, hard-boiled lah, okay? Hard-boiled eggs. And then for like myself, I love like kopitiam style. That is literally half-boiled eggs. And I tell you, it is really, really perfect, okay? Memang it is soft boiled eggs. You just dash some pepper and some soya sauce. Memang, okay, you will love the egg boiler. So you don't have to put like egg boilers in a place. You don't have a rice cooker. You don't need a blender. Everything is just in here. So why don't you just choose Thermomix, betul tak? Why don't you need so many appliances? Okay, you literally just need Thermomix because you can just live with it. Okay, you don't even need a stove. Okay, next is a slow cook mode. Okay, in a day, I just can't tell how many times I use my Thermomix because I use it for boiling eggs. I use it to cook. Then I love to use slow cook mode because every day I literally make what you call a chicken soup for my Danish. Okay, for my younger toddler. Okay, the slow cook mode. If let's say you want a masak soup ayam, okay, memang sedap. Okay. Why? Because I mean, for toddlers, literally all the what you call nutrition remains in it, and you know that what you call let's say you're going to pour 500 grams of water, so the water level remains. Okay, it's not going to evaporate. Okay, it remains. So if let's say I nak soup to 500 gram, okay, what happens is after that 1 hour it remains. And you throw like your carrot, your potatoes, your chicken. So everything will be so moist, so tender. Okay. Even kalau let's say nak buat mutton, okay, the mutton is going to be so tender and it will literally just fall apart from the bone. Okay. The thing is, maximum it can go up to 8 hours. Okay, your slow cooking mode, you can literally maybe you nak letak pukul 12, okay, and then you want like a mutton or whatever, which is like, you know, you want a stew or something lah, okay. You tidur, lepas tu the next morning it's done. Maximum, like what I told you, it is about 8 hours. So you can even put for like a half an hour. So that is entirely up to you. So that is slow cooking mode. And then warming up mode. Okay, warm up is literally what you call let's say you have got some leftover okay, then you just put it inside the bowl, you go to the warm up mode, and then you can just warm it up. Okay, so it will warm up for you thoroughly. Okay, so the what you call how long you want it to be warmed up, that is literally up to you. So that is warming up mode. And then another win lah. Okay, most of the people here bought Thermomix because of its pre-cleaning mode. Okay, you tak payah bawa sental-sental kuali ke sinki. Why? Because this baby here is going to help you to pre-clean. You masak anything, you just pre-clean. Okay, we have got universal, dough mode, fat and caramel, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and then another one more is browning. Okay, just a little self-education, little knowledge. Okay, just to explain to you that if let's say we cook whatever which is normal, we use universal mode. But if we're gonna use all this dough, so you have to think, okay, I'll be using dough mode in the pre-cleaning. Okay, fat is more of all this, you know, berminyak and all these things. Okay, when it comes to browning, if let's say you use all this browning, high temperature and all this browning thing, please bear in mind If at all you want to use the browning mode, allow your bowl to cool down first. Okay, make sure this is, you know, that indicator here, the red. Red means it's hot. Allow it to turn to green. Make sure your bowl is not hot. Then you use the browning mode to clean. Whenever you are cleaning using browning mode, make sure the bowl is completely cool. Okay, then you use the browning mode. Okay. Before that, kalau panas-panas, jangan, because already very panas. And when cleaning time also, it will heat up, kan? So then what can happen is, the plastic below, kan, it can literally melt. Okay, so please bear that in mind. Okay, 6 minutes is done. Okay, so now I'm just gonna add the reserved prawns. Ooh. Okay, reserved prawns is gonna get into this. Okay, and regarding the mode, actually banyak lagi mode. Okay, so these are all the, the important ones lah which I have touched. Okay, so if you nak tahu lagi all the modes, okay, please get your Thermomix. Okay, don't wait. Okay, get your Thermomix. Ada banyak lagi mode. I think about 25 modes already now. Pillar. Okay, soya sauce was in. Okay. And then what's next? Okay, sugar. Okay, I love to use coconut sugar in my cooking, even in sambal. Memang sedap sangat. Okay, and then okay, so that's all. I'm just gonna cover. I just ratakan everything. Okay, I'm just gonna cover this. And can you imagine my Heong prawns is done in just another 2 minutes. Okay, once done, I will just dish up. Okay, so literally now, back to you, Zuka. Thank you very much for tuning in with me.
Yes, thanks, Jaya. Can't wait for the outcome. Okay.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
later plating, we take picture. Okay. All right. So I'll just continue a bit more because I think there are a few things that you would like to know about Thermomix, how it's special, how you can make a business, and how you can make your life easier. All right. So, okay, I'll just add spotlight and then share my slide. All right, so that was Jaya. We will see that in a bit. So just sharing a bit more about, say you're impressed over what Thermomix can do. Okay, so if you think to yourself, what will be the first dish that you want to cook? Is it a main meal? Is it a dessert? Is it something that you share with your children? Or is it something that is healthy that you share with your parents? Okay, aside than that, I also want to ask you about, when it comes to cooking, it's not just about what outcome you want to produce, right? It also is about how you want to make yourself feel. So how do you want to feel the next time you cook? Do you want to feel relaxed? Do you want it to feel like a chore? Or do you want it to feel like something that's interesting, that makes you want to go to the kitchen more? Okay, because I think when you're cooking, it's important that you put some love into your dish. When you put some love, people makan pun dia tahu, like, okay, you prepared it with so much effort and then you were happy preparing it. So that's great when you're cooking something. Okay, if you make full payment, if you're planning to purchase now, because I think you can get it by bulan puasa. If you make a purchase by today, okay, you can get extra free gifts if you make full payment. But in case you want to do installments, there are also plans available. So we have 6 months, we have up until 24 months. Literally, it's 9 ringgit a day. It is worth the investment. All right, it's around a month, 291 ringgit and 20 cents. Okay, so every month, we call it period lah. So every period there are gifts that are available. Currently, if you purchase by today, you get 3 months extended warranty. We do understand that Thermomix is, maybe you say it's expensive, but if you think in the long run, it actually is very, very useful when you kira like cent by cent, like you punya, say your bread maker lah kan, you don't use it every time, but with your Thermomix, you will use it every time because you can make a lot of dish with it, bread, drinks, and everything. Okay. Purchase by today and you get 3 months extended warranty. Guarantee 3 months extended warranty, guaranteed 2 years plus 3 months. you are covered in case there's manufacturer defect. Okay, so if you see here, there's a number 2, it's a host gift. So a host gift is actually something that you get for free additionally if you do a host. Not like this, not like you cook something. It's actually just you asking an advisor to you inviting people to an advisor's show. So you tak payah susah-susah pun, bukannya you macam ajak orang and tunjuk dia. This thing is very easy to claim and it's worth 350 ringgit, okay? So number 3, again, it's about the full payment. You get more extra gifts up to 440 ringgit, okay? Or if you're doing by credit or debit card, you get an extra thermomet. So this thermomet ni memang very famous. It's very useful. Let me share more about that when you sign up as an advisor if you want to, okay? So this offer is actually until tonight, 11:59 p.m. because every 5th week we change a period and there will be new gifts, okay? So I'm trying to tell you that make use of this 3 months extended warranty, all right? Okay, so aside than that, if you are a CIMB card user, you get more extra gifts. Banyaknya gifts kan dia bagi. So this Thermomix is very generous lah. They give you the whole set with the accessory, bukannya you kena buy asing-asing. But this one is exclusively if you're a CIMB member, you get gifts up to 680 ringgit worth. So you get the thermomet, you also get a cookbook. Cookbook dia ni, it's a hardcover, so it's very durable, and then the illustration is very nice. I think books are very nice to keep, and then I have a lot of cookbooks myself, okay? So you can grab this offer if you're a CIMB user, okay? Okay, next is about what you get actually with Thermomix. So bukannya you get it terus you dapat dekat rumah and then you don't know what to do with it. So an advisor will actually help you. They will arrange for the delivery. They will help you unbox, meaning they will show you how to use it and share the tips and tricks. I like the way that Jaya explained just now, all about browning or all about the pre-cleaning mode, because sometimes, it's a machine of the future. You need a bit of guidance. That's why you don't see Thermomix being sold in maybe shopping malls. All right, you need an advisor to help you with all of this. Okay, and then you also get access to Cookie Do, which is the online recipe. Okay. And then, personal advisor support. We also have WhatsApp group and Telegram group. We share recipes, and also I think the best thing is that we share you tips on, say, if you're cooking this dish, like how do you make it better, all right? And then, yes, we have a service center and, as mentioned, a manufacturing warranty. So it can prepare everything from breakfast to dinner, from children to adults to elderly, people with special needs, okay? And then, so this can be your life with Thermomix. You're eating together, and then mothers can cook and work at the same time. This is very important for me. I'm like cooking, and then I'm attending to emails. There's a lot of work to be done, okay? So you want to mash everything up together. You want to make use of your time. So you do 2 things at the same time, okay? And then you can cultivate good eating habits in children, because it was shared before that if you cook with your children, they tend to appreciate it more, okay? And then you can work on their motor skill, and then your own communication skill with your children. Bila you nak masak, you have to ajar kan. I think as a parent, what's most important is how you teach your children, how you bond with your children. So if you're cooking while relaxed, you will see a lot of difference as compared to if you're cooking while you're stressed. Api, jangan main dengan api macam tu kan. So yes, with a Thermomix, you can bond with your children more, okay? You have auto cooking, you have auto washing. So just imagine, we as advisors now, of course, you see like the stuff is cooking, but we're talking. Imagine what you can do while the stuff is cooking. You can go sit and watch a Netflix series, or you can spend time with your children. Some people actually go for jogging in the gym while the Thermomix is cooking, all right? And then your kitchen will be smooth, sleek, and clean. And then in a way, you're investing in good health as well, okay? When it comes, say you're purchasing a Thermomix lah, and then you want to claim your host gift. So you need to think about who else needs a Thermomix. You can see like, I'm sharing with you that Elashny is actually a chef who has been doing a lot of Zoom sessions. She's actually a very good cook. I've seen how she explains how she cooks. So you can tell she knows, she's been cooking for a long time already. So it's not just people who don't know how to cook who use Thermomix. It's also people who do know how to cook, but they want to make use of their time, okay? And if you know someone who's a busy professional who eats out a lot, a Thermomix at home will actually help you with your mornings. You have to plan your days ahead. So if you have a Thermomix, the busy professional can actually, I would say, have more productivity when they have Thermomix unit. All right. If you have someone with a health conscious mind or someone who loves to cook, explore their creativity, because there's a lot of baking recipes. There's like, you can make ganache, you can make rainbow cakes, a lot of baking recipes that you can explore as well, right? And then, yeah, Thermomix as a gift. Do you have any anniversary coming up, or is it a birthday? Or are you someone who just loves to give gifts on a special day? Okay, you contact your advisor. They're very pandai. They pergi bungkus everything and they will surprise their loved one lah. So that one was very interesting for me as well. I did it quite a few times. Okay, so if you have friends who can't cook, or families with children, or someone, you know, you can just gift it to your parents as well. Okay. Okay, so the best way to multiply your happiness is to share it with others. So this is very true. If you are happy with your Thermomix, you should share it with a friend and tell them like how it helps your day, because maybe you feel like, okay, these people are advisors, they're saying all the right things. But if you find a user, you ask them, because it's most accurate if you ask from a user themselves, and then you will be very convinced about how Thermomix can help you with your daily life. All right. Okay, we also have HQ demos. So aside than doing home demos, you can ask your advisors to go to your home and do a demo for you. But some people aren't comfortable with that. Say lah, ada some people rumah banyak orang, atau semak sikit ke, tak ada sempat nak kemas kan. You can go to our HQ, which is in Kota Damansara, and we do demos there. A lot of families will come and watch together, so you won't be alone there. Our next demo is actually on 20th Feb. Our next demo is on, we will check that again, okay? But it's usually on a Sunday at 2:30 p.m. until 4:30 p.m. All right. So these are the dish that we usually make. We can make ice cream. So if you have children, you can bring them and give them the ice cream. We make buns. We make clay pot chicken rice, and then we make soup. The vegetable you have to try because it's very healthy, it's very sweet, and it's very quick to make, as well as the lemonade. Okay, so if you want to be an advisor, so there's a lot of perks of being an advisor. Just imagine you're cooking at home, but while you're cooking, you're just taking videos and you're sharing. You can make a lot of, you can develop your skills, your cooking skills, as well as your social skills, but you can also make a side income from Thermomix. Okay, so if you want to join, contact your advisor and join us in this wonderful business. And if you join us, there's a premium, you need to have a premium starter kit. All right. The total value is 1,000 ringgit, but it has discount, less 55%. So it's 480 ringgit. But with 480 ringgit, what you get is, this is the best part. Okay. You get a trolley bag. So this trolley bag actually fits your Thermomix inside. Say you're traveling, you put your Thermomix inside the trolley bag. Okay. And then if you're doing home demo, you also use the same trolley bag. You also get an apron, the one that Yana was wearing. You get a thermomat. So if you plan to get a thermomat, just become an advisor lah if you already use it, okay? And then you get a sales folder, a flip chart, as well as the ingredients bag. The ingredients bag is super big. You pergi beli groceries for one round, everything can went in there, okay? Oh, okay. I think that's my last slide. Yeah. So when you're joining as a Thermomix advisor as well, every once in a while you get free gifts too. So join us and then explore business with us. Okay. So that is about the slides that I have. Now I want to call to our chefs, actually, to show their dishes. Maybe I can start with Elashny. Elashny, are you there? Yes, okay. So would you please show us your dish?
Okay, so I put it in a plate and
Uh-huh.
basically this is how it looks like.
Oh my
The
God, I love it so much. I can see all the kuah-kuah is like so pekat. I will
Yeah,
cari my
so
ketam now, okay?
Makan dengan
betul.
kan?
Okay,
Because
maybe next.
once you marinate and semua kan, then the paste will become dark like this with the and because cookie dough, sorry, Thermomix has the high temp. I put it on 120, right? So it really masak the paste and make it dark like that. So memang masala dia very nice lah.
Okay, I like this masala. I will try it next time. Okay, thanks, Elashny. Okay, next
you.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's call Yana. Yana, how's your fish?
Tak ni. Dia nampak ke?
Ah, nampak. Oh, cantiknya you Ganesh.
Sama macam dalam ni.
Oh yeah, it does. Wow, betul lah, sama lah.
Kan?
Yes, yeah. So semua masak best eh?
Ya,
Everything is cooked well.
everything is good. Tadi I add lagi 2 minit. Sebab
Okay.
sebab maybe ikan ni dia agak besar, so mungkin I takut dia belum masak, so I prolong lagi 2 minit.
Yeah, so actually you can also alter the recipe juga kan if you need to kan? So that's also great lah. Okay, so Yana tunggu sekejap, nanti kita nak ambil gambar. Okay, Jaya, show us.
All right, this is my Heong prawn.
Okay, oh my God, you look so nice.
Okay, but
Jangan
even
tak
dish,
rasa wok hei tu because you're using high temperature kan. I think with
yeah, and even the
asap
prawns
taste.
has been deshelled already kan, so tak ada kepala also, it's still tak hancur. Okay, so it's still good.
All right. Okay, so that's all from us today. Thank you
Thank you.
everyone for joining us. If you have any questions, please contact us. We want to hear from you. Okay, so if that's all right with all my chefs, can you hold your dish to the screen so we can take a photo together?
Sekejap.
Okay, Jaya. Actually don't know how to do this. How do I do this?
Ambil gambar cantik-cantik je.
Okay, jap. I got this. Alamak, kebas tangan. Okay, sekejap. All right, 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, screenshot, screen. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you everyone. We will see you again next week. We have a
Thank you.
different theme for the following week. And yes, contact us. Okay, bye.
Hi, thank you everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a fabulous Sunday. Bye.
Yes.